Welcome back to the Swing Low Podcast Show. It is yours truly, Do Rock Crip. What's happening with all my people out there in the free world today, man? It is an absolute pleasure to be back at this round table amongst my round table family as I give y'all another crazy prison story. You know what I mean? Now, look, I don't want to hold y'all up too long. I just wanted to deliver this to my round table family. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got to keep eating, man. We got to keep eating. So, I had to find something on that menu, man, to deliver to my round table family, you know. So I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. But this incident took place, man, I believe back in the year 2006, right? New Folsom State Prison. Now, I believe I probably touched up on this story before on the show in the past, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give y'all a full little rundown of these events that took place. Now, this incident took place in New Folsom State Prison on the B Yard. Okay, now the B Yard in New Folsom at that time was considered a non-programmer's yard, meaning you was a complete screw up. Now, the C Yard is where all the jobs was at. You know what I'm saying? The industry jobs and everything. Dudes was over there working, making money. You know what I'm saying? All that. You know, I like it, the C Yard. You know what I'm saying? But this B Yard was different. This B Yard, you knew once you was over there, you wasn't finna get no job no time soon. It was a gang of dudes that was over there that was always out on the yard. You know what I'm saying? So I remember at this time, I was in the cell with the homie Danny Boy from Altadena Block. Shout out to my nigga Danny Boy, man, from Altadena Block. Me and him was cellies. And also you had Lil Sin Dog from Trey 57 over there. You had Big Demon from Trey 57 over there. It was only three of us on that yard, I believe, at that time. You know what I'm saying? Out of the SGV. So anyway, when I first got to that yard, the homie Lil Sin is giving me the rundown on everything and everybody. Now that's how I liked it. And I had a lot of love and respect for Lil Sin, man, because he did that for me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just, run down everything. Here, you need a strap? Here, bam. You know what I mean? Gave me a nice beefy strap. You know what I mean? And he giving me the rundown on everything and everybody that was on that yard. You know what I mean? He'll tell me like, look, you see this dude right here? Like, anytime you see this person pop up, you know it's finna get serious. Anytime this person pop up or this go down, he giving me the rundown on everything. So bam. Now that I got this cheat sheet on the program over there, you know, all eyes is I'm watching everything. You know what I mean? That yard was a cold yard. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this one particular day, I believe this was either on Christmas of 2006 or this was going into the New Year's from 2006 into 2007, right? But this incident took place on the yard, man. We out there on the yard chilling. Dudes come out drinking. It was, I believe it was Christmas. I believe it was Christmas. It was either Christmas or New Year's. But dudes come out drinking. You got a gang of Crips out there. You got a gang of Bloods out there, right? Now, where we used to hang at was called the Crip Wall. You know what I'm saying? And then right next to us, you had a area called Blood Alley. That's where all the Bloods kicked it at. That was in that area where they was at was um like by the gym. It was like in between the gym and the work exchange. You know what I'm saying? That was also like a long wall. You know what I mean? So anyway, it'd be a gang of Bloods over there. Then you walk down a little bit, and then you got the Crip Wall where it's a million Crips over there. So bam, we over in on Crip Wall chilling, and I remember us being out there and me looking across the yard and I see like a confrontation going on up on the hill. Now, if any of y'all ever been to New Folsom or heard about New Folsom, like it's the yard is like a hill, man. You know what I'm saying? The way it's designed is crazy. So bam, I see this confrontation going on up there. So me and a couple of more homies push over there, push up the hill real fast. So once we get up the hill, it's like the weight pile right there. And then you go past the weight pile. Now, once you go past all that, you go up that hill. That's where all the Southsiders at. That's the Southsider area. The Southsiders and the white boys, they be over there a million deep, right? So when we get up there, we pass the weight pile, and we on our way right there by where the Southsiders is at. The homie Lil Baldy from neighborhood Rolling 60s is standing there, right? So he's the first person. I'm like, hey, Baldy, what's happening? He like, man, these young niggas, these young dudes done got into it. You know what I'm saying? I think they out here drinking and tripping, right? So we like, who? He's like, it was a dude from Seven Trees Crip. I mean, excuse me, not Seven Trees. He was from Family Crip, San Jose, right? San Jose Family Crip. And then I can't remember exactly where the Dalmo was from, but these are two young dudes. Now, the dude that was from why I keep saying that, from Family Crip, he got like 2 or 3 of his homies with him, and then the Dalmo got like 2 or 3 of his homies. So by the time we get up there, they still, barking on each other. But it's people standing in the middle of them, like keeping the confrontation from escalating. So bam, we push over there. So now I'm tripping because one of the people that the homie Lil Sin from Trey 57 had pointed out to me was this one particular Dalmo dude, right? He was like, look, if you ever see something going on, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be with the homies and the Dalmos or the Dalmos on Dalmos or whatever, and you see this person over there is gonna get active. I'm telling you now, because that dude right there is with the business, right? So I'm like, all right. So I remembered that. And when this incident took place, that person came. But he was the one, he came and snatched the young Dalmo dude up like, come on, blood, let's go, blood. Right? Aggressively, though. And they push off. Now, I'm watching them. Once I seen him come and do that, I'm watching them. They all push over to Blood Alley. Right? So now I'm like, wow. So we talking to the dude from Family Crip, from San Jose Family Crip, like, man, he like, man, that dude drunk. Just running his mouth. It ain't nothing and this and that and blah, 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 right? Like, we finna finish bouncing around the track. So we telling them, like, hey, we don't think y'all should do that, bro. Like, we all should push back over here to this Crip wall together. They like, no, we cool. That's all he was doing was running his mouth. So I'm like, it didn't look like that to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? But hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So me and the people that I went up there with, we pushed back the same route that we took going up there, right? Straight back to the Crip wall. The whole time I'm watching Blood Alley. The Dalmo, the one that came, the one that the homie told me about, he done rounded. It was even. It was an even number when it came down to it. It was probably like 20 something of them out there, like 20 something Crips. But he got all the Bloods over there on that in Blood Alley, right? So I'm watching, I'm looking. I'm like, man, that energy ain't right, bro. That energy ain't right. And then I'm looking over at the Crip wall. Like I said, it was even, but it was other Crips that was out there. And I'm not naming no names of nobody or none of that. But it was other Crips out there that peeped what was going on. They didn't even go up the hill to see what was popping. Once everything dispersed, they still, like, they was doing what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? So, bam. And I'm thinking once we got back to the Crip wall, like, these dudes need to be over here, man. So, bam. When the young Crip from San Jose Family Crip, once they bounce around that track and tried to walk past Blood Alley, the Dalmos swarmed them. The Blood niggas swarmed them. Once they swarmed them, we get on them. You know what I'm saying? So now you got a full-fledged war between the Crips and Dalmos. You know what I'm saying? It's going up. Those out there getting knocked out, chunking them, all that, right? And I remember one of the homies from Broadway, one of them dudes was out there on a cane, a Crip, right? Well, I mean, not a cane, a crutch, where that crutch became a weapon because dudes was getting cracked all in their face, all over their head with that cane, right? And I remember one of the dudes from Broadway, it was quite a few Broadways on that yard too, got that crutch, swung and hit me on the side of the arm. And when we looked at each other and realized it's Crip on Crip, like, oh, my bad, my bad. This is in the midst of a full-fledged ride, right? Bam. So we, go back to doing what we doing in this ride with the demos, right? So bam. Finally, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? A couple of them got knocked out. A couple of Crips got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was even. It wasn't no they smashed us or we smashed them. That was an even riot. Just keeping it real. And anybody that was in New Folsom State Prison on that beat yard at that time, Crip or Blood, if you was out there that day and you was part of that riot, y'all know it. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm not lying. You know what I mean? That's exactly how it happened. And I just remember, like, once it ended, police come out there. They got us all in handcuffs. We all laid out on the yard. And everybody is looking at the other Crips that was out there, that was over at these tables, didn't bust a move. You know what I'm saying? Didn't bust a move. And you had dudes out there trying to explain themselves like, oh, man, the person in the gun tower had the gun on us and told us they was going to shoot if we even thought about getting in the ride with y'all, right? I'll bullshit you not, bro, right? Ain't nobody tripping on none of that right then and there. You know what I'm saying? I promise you that. But a couple of them dudes was brought up on charges for not participating. And that's what happened. If a ride go down with anybody, I don't care if it's a Dalmo, white boy, Mexican, the police, with anybody, you know what I'm saying? You automatically got to go assist and get in that. You got to get your hand dirty. You know what I'm saying? All heads got to be accounted for in situations like that. Because if you don't participate, you're going to get politicked on and you out of there. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. But, yeah, man, I remember after that, we go on lockdown. We stay on lockdown for a little while. You know what I'm saying? The situation ended up getting squashed because, of course, I think both of them was drunk, in all honesty. Both of the young Crip and the young Blood, they was drunk out there tripping, you know what I'm saying? Running their mouth, and all that stuff started behind two drunk dudes, you know what I'm saying? So it ended up getting squashed, but that's when the politics kicked in on the people that did not participate in that riot, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that was crazy. I ended up getting transferred out after that. You know what I'm saying? That's when I made it to High Desert State Prison. You know what I mean? And them looking through my file once I got to High Desert State Prison, especially coming off that Crip and Blood ride, they told me like, oh, you like to fight. You like to do this. You like to do that. You in the right place. You in the exact right place. And I remember sitting in committee while they telling me this, tripping like, you know what I'm saying? And they was not lying, bro. When I got up there, oh my God, it snows in High Desert, right? It snows up there. You literally, to get to High Desert, you got to leave out of California. You got to leave out of California, and then you come back in through some little city to get to that prison. You know what I'm saying? You way up there in Reno, Nevada. You know what I'm saying? But I remember getting up there, man. I remember going out on the yard in that snow, and dudes out there box. Oh my God, I'm talking about mixed martial arts type fights all day, every day. I'm tripping like, oh, okay. Like really, I really got to turn up here. You know what I'm saying? But I told y'all my experience about High Desert State Prison too. All the riots and the DPs that we had to put down on people was wild. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's another crazy prison story I wanted to bring to the round table. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to deprive my people of anything. You know what I'm saying? While we able to do what we do, we just do it. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all get back to the rest of y'all day. I appreciate you all for showing up as you always do when I call up on y'all too. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but love and respect for you all. Shout out to the new subscribers. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't already subscribed, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Swang Low Podcast Show. Do Rock Crip. It's definitely appreciated. On that note, I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all as I get back to mine. Much love to you all. Till the next time we meet at this round table. Triple gang.